I guess I could play this stupid bouncy game. The account's doing better, so I'm gonna go live on it sometime. Maybe somebody will actually talk to me on this platform. I don't know. Oh. No. Got it. Let's go. Let's go. I wonder if anybody's gonna watch on this one. I haven't gone live on this one in a long time. This was my first account. I guess it's growing right now, so I don't know. Get it? Yeah. Nobody likes to watch me. I don't give copyright strikes. He just. Guess what? When I gave it back to him, he left it on his fucking page. He didn't take it off. He doesn't give two shits about me. The only reason I'm not messing with it is because he's not using my stuff. If he ever uses my stuff, that's getting taken off. And it's going straight to copyright strike. And we can go to court. He could just send me his thing. He's got 3 years. Yo, what's up, guys? I don't know. You better figure it out or stop using my content. You know what I mean? I don't get paid enough to help anybody else but myself. So got it. Where is everybody? Nobody wants to talk to me on this account. Maybe I'll go on my other account. Maybe this will help my post. Maybe everybody's asleep right now. Maybe I'll do another one on.
I felt detached from everything as I struggled to process the bizarre events of the previous night. I hurried home with anxious dread gnawing at the back.
Thank you for the like.
Arriving
Welcome in.
at my apartment,
You're more than welcome. No, you distracted me. No, making me talk, bro.
the metallic door slid open with a
Let's
soft
see.
ding. I hesitated for just a moment.
Okay, let's see.
Stepped
Got
inside.
it. Look at that rocket
My
power.
eyes darted around the small, dimly lit space, half expecting shadows to flicker in the corners. Taking a steady
I am the best.
I pressed the button for my floor while carefully scanning the panel for anything unusual. This time, the area between the numbers 12 and 14 was clean and unmarked, devoid of any
Got
peculiar
it.
chalky residue. The elevator hummed quietly as it ascended,
Maybe I should go on my other
the
account.
sterile scent of metal and the gentle whir of machinery. I exhaled a sigh of relief at the return to normalcy and walked down the hall to my apartment. Just as I inserted my key into the lock, I heard footsteps approaching down the hall. Oh, hey, I thought that was you. I turned to see Chelsea Matthews, my neighbor from 1604, walking toward me with a reusable grocery bag slung over one arm. Her dark curls were pulled back into a messy bun, and though her face attempted a smile, worry was etched in every line. Hi, Chelsea, I greeted her with a forced smile. Chelsea glanced over her shoulder before stepping closer. Did you hear about Mrs. Donovan?
I am the best. Come on, 2 views. You better not get this to 10 views. Just kidding.
It's awful.
It's
I
okay.
can't stop thinking
Maybe
about
it'll
her,
make me sleep
Chelsea
soon.
admitted, clutching her
Maybe I should play the
grocery bag
Pokemon
closer to her
ripoff.
chest. I saw her just 2 days
Come
ago in the
on.
laundry room. She seemed perfectly fine, even talking about her granddaughter's ballet recital. A chill crept up my spine. Did Ray mention the white powder they found? Her eyes widened. Yes. That's what's so strange. My sister works at the police station as a clerk, and she couldn't tell me much, but she said the investigators were baffled. It wasn't any kind of drug or poison they recognized, just this weird chalky substance all over her apartment. Her voice dropped even lower. The medical examiner still hasn't determined the cause of death. My legs felt weak as I leaned against the doorframe. That's disturbing. There's something else, Chelsea confided, stepping even closer. Mrs. Donovan mentioned something weird the last time I
I
saw
promise
her.
I'm going to remove your
She
content.
talked about having
If you don't want my content, I just can't have this copyright strike on my page because could lose stuff. I can lose stuff. I know you don't like that I use the thing. I understand, and I understand you being pissed off. I'm going to tell you, in my business, 5,000 ain't nothing. Like,
Sorry, I mumbled as I bent to retrieve it with trembling hands. Did she say anything else about this figure? Chelsea furrowed her brow. Just that it was impossibly tall and wore some kind of hood. She mentioned it even left marks on her floor like footprints or something. She shrugged helplessly. I figured it was just her medication giving her vivid dreams. My mouth went dry, and you said this was 2 days ago?
sometimes you use it and you don't remix my sounds.
The day before
Why am I
she
the
left.
only creator that you
Studying my face, she
you know
asked,
all those other people
"Are you okay?
you can't find them anymore.
You look a bit pale."
You want to know why? Because Evil Ash took those people's shit away.
Forcing myself to stand
Evil
a
Ash
little taller.
almost put me out of business. I just haven't given up yet.
These double shifts are
And I defended my content. And that's the problem. There's a reason why, like, nobody else cares about these sounds anymore, is because Evil Ash pretty much put a bunch of people out of business. Tried to do it.
Have a good rest of the night, Chelsea said.
Hang on.
She headed back to her
Sorry, I'm talking too much.
I stepped
What's
into
up, bros?
the apartment and released the breath I hadn't realized.
I don't know why I'm caring so much. It's because I had to take down some videos today. I feel bad. I don't like taking down people's videos.
Pushing myself away from the door.
I just have to protect my sound because it's my livelihood. You know what I mean?
The shadows seemed longer tonight, and the corners of my home appeared darker and more ominous. In the kitchen, I poured myself a glass of wine television droned on in the background as I curled up on my couch, wrapping myself in a throw blanket.
Maybe I'm gonna use my other account.
News footage of paramedics outside my building played silently. A reporter discussing the mysterious death of an elderly resident. I quickly changed the channel. Sleep proved impossible. Every time I closed my eyes, that hooded figure and the impossible 13th floor replayed in my mind. Chelsea's words about Mrs. Donovan's nightmares echoed incessantly. The same nightmares I'd had. The same figure I'd seen. Around midnight, I finally dragged myself to bed. I lay awake, staring at the ceiling and listening to the occasional creaks and groans of the building settling. My eyelids grew heavy despite my anxiety, and eventually I drifted into an uneasy sleep. I woke with a start, my alarm blaring beside me. For a moment, I felt disoriented, unable to tell if I had truly slept or merely closed my eyes for a few minutes. My body felt heavy and my mind foggy as I dragged myself out of bed and into the
You do
shower.
understand that of all the people who
hot
do
water
this,
did little to wash
the
away
rest
my
of it,
memories.
I'm the only
As
one
I
who does
dressed
it.
for work, I found myself continuously glancing toward my door, half expecting a knock or the turn of the handle. I chided myself for being irrational, but couldn't shake the dread that had firmly taken root in my mind. My morning routine took longer than usual. Every sound startled me. By the time I was ready to leave,
Is
I was
anybody
already
watching? Should I go? Nobody talks to me on this channel.